Bivol. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, Brendan Taylor here, True School Sports. I'm with Jean Pascal and Orlando Cuellar. First of all, John, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Been watching you on TV for years, so it's nice to finally meet you and see how you work, see how you train. But you kind of like found the fountain of youth, man. You beat Fang Long Mang. You beat all these undefeated guys. You're fighting Michael Eifert next month. Just talk about this resurgence in your career.
Yeah, I feel good since I'm with Orlando Cuellar. I'm a new fighter. I train different. He brought me to like another level, and I love it because I like to train hard. But at a certain age, it's good to train hard, but you have to train smart. Yeah. And then Orlando Cuellar makes me train really smart, and I love it.
No, absolutely. Coach, you built a lot of fighters like Glenn Johnson, a lot of top guys. What's it like working with this guy, John?
Well, John is on his own. He's done some great things. He's a five-time world champion. Fought the best of the best. Has beat a string of undefeated fighters. He's a dog of a fighter. He's a lot of fun to train because he's a hard worker in the gym. But you can rest assured that when you're taking to the fight, it's going to be a real dog of a fighter, and hey, he doesn't cease to amaze anybody, and he's putting in that hard and smart work like he just mentioned on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You were talking earlier about you won a bet yesterday for the Super Bowl, and you were joking around. Are you still hungry to fight? But what makes you still hungry in the sport of boxing? Because you've done so much already.
When I leave this earth, I want to leave my name. I want to leave a mark on earth. I'm chasing legacy. I'm chasing history. It's not about money because I'm doing good for myself right now, but I'm chasing history, and I want to be like a six-time world champion. I want to be a TBE in Canada because we got TBE for Mayweather, but I'm TBE in Canada, the best ever. That's my goal.
That's right, the big man in Montreal.
Exactly.
yeah. I know you got the Michael Eifert fight. It's an IBF eliminator. You're talking about making history. In order to do that, you got to win that fight. But then, you win this fight, all of a sudden, you become the guy to fight Artur Beterbiev, which I know would be a massive fight there. How do you feel about that?
Definitely, he's the Russian monster. Artur is a great fighter. He has a solid amateur background. Like myself, I went to the Olympics in 2004 in Greece. After that, I turned pro. So I know he's a good fighter. Right now, honestly, I don't really think about Artur Beterbiev. I'm thinking about Michael Eifert because if I don't pass Michael Eifert, I will not fight Artur Beterbiev. So right now, our focus is on Michael Eifert. And when we pass Michael Eifert, we're gonna think about the next victim.
Okay, absolutely, gotta win the fight in front of you. Okay, Michael Eifert, coach. How do you think stylistically like that fight goes?
Look, Pascal is a difficult fighter for anybody. He just has a very difficult style of fighting. He's pretty much like an acrobat, somewhat of a type of Roy Jones mixed in with a lot of other fighters. He's a type of fighter that's very difficult for anybody. And Eifert, to me, is an amateurish European straight-up fighter that has some good skills. And definitely not to be underestimated because this is his Super Bowl. This is his championship fight. To be in there with a legend like Jean Pascal for a fight that can land him, in a world championship fight, we can't underestimate or overlook how much hunger and passion is in a man's heart. So we're taking him very serious, and we expect him to bring his A game, and we're bringing our A game. So it should be exciting.
Okay, Coach mentioned Roy Jones. I was watching you today. I know Roy's one of your favorite fighters, and you can kind of see the influence. Like Roy Jones, how much did he mean to you as a fighter coming up?
Roy Jones, honestly, it's a mentor to me. It's a brother. I trained with him. He coached me also a little bit. Roy Jones, he was my model. So when I was growing up as a kid, so I was very fortunate to be able to share the ring with Roy Jones, to share some knowledge with Roy Jones, and Roy Jones to me is TBE.
Yeah,
yes,
because he skipped all the weight classes, became heavyweight champion.
Exactly.
But with you, right? You fought so many people, Jean. I forget. There's so many names.
Can you stop?
Oh yeah. I'll stop. Okay. Yeah, I was saying you fought so many people. I wanted to pick your brain. The first thing I wanted to ask you was, like, out of all the fights you had, right? Is there a personal favorite of yours that, like, as far as your career is concerned?
To be honest, my first world champion fight was in Nottingham against Carl Froch.
Yeah.
You know, Carl Froch is a Hall of Famer. That was a difficult fight. That was my first fight across the pound. And that was a difficult fight, but I think I did very good against Carl Froch. We won the WBC Best Fight of the Year. And, you know, after that fight, I knew I had what to take to become world champion. And not 1 year, not 2 years, but 6 months later, I became world champion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then you fought...
I fought Adrian Jaconu, June 19, 2009, to become world champion.
So it's been a decade plus of...
And then 10 years later, I recaptured another world title. So now I'm very proud of me. So like I said, I love to chase history.
No, absolutely. And you fought like two of the smartest fighters, I think, of your era. You fought Bivol, who's like, you know, became who he's becoming in boxing and being Canelo and everything. You fought Bernard Hopkins. What do you think made those two guys like special during the Bivol and Bernard Hopkins?
Actually, the thing that people don't know, when I was training for my rematch against Kovalev, Bivol was my sparring partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really? I didn't know.
I was training with Freddie Roach. I was in California, and Bivol, I think at the time he had maybe 2 fights. And he was my training partner, and I knew that that guy will become a world champion one day. And a few years after, he became world champion.
Yeah, and you guys, I'm sure, how many rounds did you spar?
Oh, a lot, because he was my main sparring partner against Kovalev.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think made him such a good fighter?
But technically, he's very solid. People don't know, but he has a good punch. You know, he has a decent punch. He's technically solid. He has a good footwork, and you know, every fight is improving. So I think Bivol for sure is in the top 10 pound for pound fighter right now.
No, absolutely. From being in the ring with like him and Kovalev, what would you say is the difference between Bivol and a Kovalev?
Technically, Bivol is more solid. He's more versatile. Kovalev is a good fighter. He has a great job, but he hits hard also.
Okay, a lot of pop, a lot of power. Okay. I was gonna ask you, Coach, with Pascal, right? What do you think separates him from all the fighters you've been with over the years, like as far as his qualities?
But you can't really compare one guy with the other because no two fighters are the same. The difference, I think, you know, Pascal is a 5-time world champion, has fought the best, beat a string of amateurs. He's on his own path that really separates him from the rest. All fighters, to me, that I've had success with have been special in their own way. Pascal is another one that, look at his age, 40 now? At 40, has still got what it takes to physically put in the work in the gym. He's got the passion, he's got the hunger, he's a smart fighter. Right now, my history with the other fighters went so far, and I can talk about that, but I don't know the limit to what I can do with Pascal yet because we're still rocking and rolling. I mean, the future looks very bright. He's got an eliminator fight coming up, which I expect him to do incredibly well, and after that he's fighting Beterbiev. So it's like, I can tell you where Pascal fits with all these guys, you know, after Pascal retires, but right now it's like, he's in his own lane, shooting up to the top. He knows where he's going, and like he said, he's chasing the legacy. With him, it's not about the money. He's made the money. He's had it all. But what he wants now is to leave a legacy behind, and that's what drives him. He's still passionate and still has what it takes. Yeah, well, it's like he said earlier, he's made the money. It's all, at this point, it's about keeping his body in shape for the beach.
Exactly, you know.
He stays in shape. He stays in shape year round.
Yeah, no, well, I don't want to hold you much longer, Jean, because I know you got to run, but is there any final message you want to give to the boxing world about your upcoming fight with Michael Eifert?
Guys, I'm going to fight March 16 in Montreal. You can tune in on ESPN Plus, and I'm going to give you like a great show, and you can follow me on my IG, Jean Pascal Chin.
There you have it. Jean Pascal, a true warrior, and Coach Cuellar, one of the best teachers in the sport. Thank you for talking to True School Sports.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.